What is going on, guys? It is the ProdigyCraft here, bringing you episode 16 of Formula 1 2023 career mode. We are racing in Abu Dhabi. It is the last race of the year, the championship deciding race. Here are the standings. We are 2 points behind Max Verstappen. We have already won the Constructors' Championship in the last race, but unfortunately you wouldn't have seen that because of my recording issues that I faced. So we just need to finish above Max Verstappen this race and we will win the Drivers' World Championship. So we are going to go and put a used engine in for practice, and then as we head over to qualify, we're going to put our newer engine back in the race car, so that way we don't face any engine issues in the final race of the year. Abu Dhabi's never really been a great track for me, but we're going to see how it goes, so we're going to jump straight into practice 1. So let's get a custom setup on the car and see where we go from there. It's going to be an interesting race for sure.
We're going to be logging some extra data during this session. Nothing you need to worry about, but as we have some new parts on the car, we'll just confirm they're performing to spec.
Okay, Jeff, absolutely no worries whatsoever. I'm hoping we can win the championship today. This is going to be the last video you see on Formula 1 2023, and then on the 28th, it's going to be F1 2024. I'm in the process of preloading it onto my system at the moment. I'm hoping that it will run okay. I don't think I will have any issues. I can't wait to make some videos on that. We'll be doing career mode, and we'll be doing some sort of what if challenges. But you will see what I have set up for F1 2024 video wise when it comes out on the 28th. I want to be the first one on there getting the videos done. But we have our custom setup on the car now. We are going to go out for a track acclimatization program, and I will see you at the end of that. Okay, all I can say is I'm feeling pretty good about this so far. I think this is going to be... I think we may have this in the bag, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to lie. Let's get back and put the race strategy program in there.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
So I am going to go back to the garage and try a different setup and see how that feels, because the car feels good, it feels quick, but there is a noticeable lack of traction in the high speed corners, and especially out of this turn down here, this chicane, there is no grip, no traction, and to be honest, I want to make sure that in the race I've got a good setup for the race, for the long distance. See, out of there's no grip, no grip whatsoever. So we're going to see what another setup feels like. We'll go on another set of tyres. I will see you at the end of practice with the final times before we go into qualifying. So let's get it.
With the cars now over the line, let's see our top three again. Russell, Jackson and Charles Leclerc. Sadly, it's time to say goodbye as free practice is over. However, we'll be back shortly for more Formula 1 action.
Qualifying time then. Let's see what we can get out of this qualifying session. So let's get our first lap on the board. I'm going to do it on a set of medium tyres. 1:23.0 on a set of mediums. The reason I've done it on a set of mediums is I want a set of softs free for the race. I'm not sure if that's going to work out, but it always works out that we never have a set of soft tyres free for the race. But one thing we do have is a really solid engine, and that's all that matters. It looks like we're even going quicker as we're on our cooldown lap, talking about the lap we just did. But as I say, I've put a new engine on board, so I'm hoping we have no engine
We've
issues.
only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Understood, Jeff? Hope we have no engine issues going into the race. But it looks like we're actually even quicker, as I say, on this lap here with the talking cooling down. Maybe the medium tyres are coming to us a little bit more on this in lap than they were on the other lap. And even if it's just a tenth, we've gone quicker yet again with a 1:22.8. So let's see where that leaves us at the end of Q1. And at the end of qualifying 1, it is myself P1, George Russell P2, Sergio Perez P3, clocking in the fastest lap of 1:22.894, 4 tenths faster than George on a set of medium tyres. Then again, I was feeling better on the mediums in practice than I was on softs. So let's see what happens as we go into Q2. A 1:22.2, and that felt like a very well put together lap. Not sure I can find much more in it than that on these soft compound tyres. So we're going to see where that puts us at the end of Q2. And at the end of qualifying 2, it is myself P1, George Russell P2, Charles Leclerc P3, with nearly 8 tenths separating me and George, and over a second separating me and Max, with Sergio Perez in P11 there. Shock knockout there in the Red Bull, knocked out by Alexander Albon in the Williams, so he'll be pretty happy with himself there. Perez will be kicking himself. So if we can put together a good lap in Q3, we should have a set of soft tyres free, unused for the race, and we can go medium to soft and get this World Championship. Let's see you at the end of Q3. .1:21.7, what a lap. Best lap of the weekend so far. Pulled out on the first lap of Q3. I daren't say that's going to be good enough for pole position for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Let's get it.
Qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves once again of our top 3. Jackson, Verstappen and George Russell. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix. It's time then for one final race in this year's Formula One World Championship. 2010 saw 4 drivers in contention for the title coming into this race, with Sebastian Vettel prevailing to become the youngest world champion to date. Is there one last sting in the tail awaiting us today? Well, it's time to find out. Here at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We have 16 corners here at Yas Marina Circuit, 7 to the right and 9 to the left. It's a total lap distance of 3.28 miles, 2 long straights and overtaking opportunities throughout the lap. We expect average speeds of around 123 miles per hour. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Jackson lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Russell, Sainz, Leclerc, Norris, Ocon, Oscar Piastri, Gasly, Perez, Magnussen, Fernando Alonso, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, Albon, Stroll, Joe, Bottas, Ricciardo and Logan Sargent. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, How do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the run down into turn one, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It'll keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
Right, this championship is still alive and there's still a chance we can win it. So get out there and bring the title home. Come on!
Alright, let's get it. Let's get it. We need a good... He wants us on the alternate strategy here. I don't want the alternate strategy. I'm going to put my own strategy. I'm going to go mediums to softs. And we are going to do that on lap 8 of this Grand Prix. We are going to finish the race on a set of soft tyres. So we're going to go 8 laps, or should we go 9 laps? I'm not sure. It's a difficult one. Okay. Let's get it, shall we? Let's get this World Championship. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go for the last race of the season. And we've got a bit of a shaky start there. Verstappen already alongside us going into turn 1, alongside and ahead already going into turn 1. Not a great start from myself there. A little bit of wheel spin off the line going into first, second and third, and now we are trailing Verstappen all the way down here into turn 5, round the newly reformatted, well, a couple of years ago reformatted turn 5, where Verstappen made his dive bomb Lewis Hamilton. Talking of dive bombs, we're going to go for something. It doesn't look like we've got the speed on max going down here. Can we hold it round the outside into 6? It doesn't look like it. We're just going to take in the line behind Verstappen here and barrel all the way down to the also newly reformatted turn 9 to see if we can try anything down there. Now you'll notice there isn't any off-board shots for this race because at the end I was so, let's just say, disheartened. I'm not going to say why, that I just advanced through and didn't go on to the full race replay. So as we are coming around the end of lap 1 here, we are trailing Verstappen by about 4 tenths. We've got Sainz behind us and Russell behind him. And so we are coming around the final corner now, turn 16, to start lap 2, and we are behind Verstappen, but we've got a great run here. So if we're going to see if we can make it to turn 1, we look all the way around his outside, but he just leaves us late on the brakes and gets a good line here, but that's compromised him on the exit. But ourselves, we had a little bit of wheel spin out of that corner, so he's gained and gained on us here, and we got Sainz that we need to worry about behind to defend from there. But as we are coming round here now, is there anything that we can do here? Coming down to turn 6, is there anything that we're going to be able to do to rival Verstappen here? It's not looking like it. We're max speed, but we're running a lot of front wing, we're running a lot of rear wing. So on the straights, it's not our friend. In the corners is where we are here. We're basically pushing him through turn 7 there. But unfortunately, nothing doing for us on that occasion. And we run all the way behind him here, and it doesn't look like we're able to get anything done on lap 2. So skip forward to lap 5 here. We are still trailing Verstappen. We've got Russell 3 tenths behind us, who's put in the fastest lap of the race. So it looks like Russell is going to be the one challenging us. But as we go down the main straight here, DRS on Verstappen, we pull out. But as we pull out of the slipstream, even with the DRS active, we're not able to do it. It's going to be 3 abreast here. Going into turn 6, George Russell, Max Verstappen and myself, I have to go all the way out to the edge of the corner, banging wheels with Verstappen there. We've got Verstappen, Russell and myself. I've got a good run alongside Russell. It looks like Russell's going to try up the inside of Verstappen. We're going to have to try around the outside. We're 3 abreast as we're going to go into turn 9 here. Russell's got ahead of us. We're defending from Verstappen, who knocks the bollard over there. And it is Russell P1, myself P2, Verstappen P3. So in this current situation, we will be leading the World Championship. Lap 6 here, we are trailing Russell. We got DRS wide open on him here. Are we going to try a move? It doesn't look like it. Verstappen has fouled back a little bit. He's fighting with Carlos Sainz behind, 1.3 behind. We're in Russell's DRS here, so we're going to barrel down towards turn 9 here. We've got a great run, we're going up the inside, we're touching the wall there as we try down the inside on Russell. Looks like we've got the move done, but we're a little bit slow out that corner, just trying not to spin it out. Russell goes a little bit wide there, we're looking behind to see where he is, and nothing doing from him there. It looks like he gave us a little touch there up the back, and he's lost his front wing end plate as he's touched the back, and I'm not sure if we got damage on our diffuser here. We're just going to take it nice and easy through these final bends. We're looking to see what Russell's doing. He's pitting. He's boxing earlier than expected now, obviously because of the damage that he's caused to his front wing.
He's in the pits now.
Skipping forward to lap 8 here, it is our pit lap. So we've got Leclerc behind, and we've got damage to our wing, so we've probably picked that up going over the bumps. Nothing too major, but we're going to get it replaced here. Hopefully not lose too much time. We're going on to the soft compound tyre. We're getting the wing changed, but oh my god, you can see time loss here. But would we have been held for that long anyway? And it's 7.4 second stop there on lap 9. Everybody is filing out in front of us. We are P14 on the road here. So let's see what we can get done here. Out of the pit exit, we are now very far behind. P17 on the road. And immediately around the outside of Albon there. And is it going to be up the inside of Ricciardo into 9? It is. Up the inside of Ricciardo. We've got Albon still trying on our inside. And as we barrel down now, we're probably going to have DRS. We're going to be chasing Stroll, who's in a fight with Bottas up ahead. They're side by side, wheel to wheel, going into turn 6, Stroll and Bottas. And we need to make all the positions we can make. That fighting there's let us get right on the back of them too. And we barrel over the curbs, hopefully not doing any damage. Go to the outside there. There's still wheel to wheel fighting through there. We have got a little bit of damage there, but we're around the outside. Can we hold it round the outside here? And we are. That's 2 cars in one corner. Next up, Norris, Tsunoda, and that looks like it could be... I'm not sure who's ahead there. That looks like it is a RB ahead. Or it's a Haas, but actually it's a Haas. So we are following Norris here, who is right behind Tsunoda, lap 9. Let's see what we can get done here. Nothing into the last corner. Can we get a great run off the last corner here? We do. We go to the outside of Norris. Are we going to outbrake him into turn 1 here? It looks like we're side by side. Still side by side, but we get the way better exit there. Norris is compromised. And we are free to chase after Tsunoda, P11. But the cars we need are way up the road. Verstappen up the road. George up the road. Looks like Verstappen is potentially in the lead there from George Russell, and we are about, I don't know, 8-9 seconds back from the leaders, and we have 5 laps to go. So it's not looking good for our championship hopes here, as we're trying to get onto the back of Magnussen, who is on the medium compound tyre. Gasly ahead of him on the hards, so we just take a nice exit out of there, and it looks like we get a much better exit than the Haas there. And we're going to go to the outside. He's pushing us, Kevin. Good big cojones on Kevin as we go to the outside of him, and we try to brake it much later, but we go quite deep there, which allows Kevin back up our inside, and he's still there. Gasly up ahead, Kevin still up our inside there, and he's hanging it round, he's still there, even round turn 13, sorry, and 14 he was still there, but we hold it out there into the Nicholas Latifi corner. So Gasly ahead on the hard tyre, so is Sainz. So we're going to have to get past these cars relatively quickly if we want to catch up to the back of Verstappen. We set the fastest lap of the race of 1:24.799. We sent one right up the inside there of Gasly, who lets us through, and we are free to chase after Sainz. So lap 13, we have DRS on Sainz down the back straight here, and easy does it. Is he going to try and outbrake us? He is. And we go side by side there with Sainz, but we managed to get the move done. A bit slow out of that corner actually. We've got Ocon and Perez ahead. Ocon P6, Perez P5. It's looking like Verstappen P4, and that's who we need to be ahead of if we've got any hopes of winning the World Championship. 2 laps left to go, and they're in formation ahead of us. Slower, we're on the soft compound tyre. Lap 14 here. Are we going to try and move on Esteban Ocon here? We are. We're right up the inside of Esteban Ocon as Max Verstappen goes wide there, allowing Perez to get ahead of him.
Brilliant. Nice
And we've got a
move.
great
Keep
run here. DRS all the way down to turn 6. Are we going to be able to get Verstappen and Perez? Verstappen looks to the outside, cuts back in, but we go all the way down the inside and way too late on the brakes there. We're having to go over the curbs here, which slow right down. We still get a warning for corner cutting, but Perez and Verstappen go back ahead of us. Ocon right up our inside there trying to move, but he gets compromised by Verstappen. We're going round the outside of Verstappen here. DRS open. We try to hold it out. Verstappen's holding it, but he cannot hold it any longer on them hard compound tyre, and we are P5 on the road. And with the fastest lap, that's all we need to win this World Championship. Perez ahead in 4th, Leclerc ahead in 3rd, and then it's an Aston Martin in 2nd, and George Russell in P1. And we are on lap 15 here, just coming around the final complex of bends. Ocon has managed to make a move on Verstappen as we head over the curbs there. And we just need to keep it nice and tidy, no mistakes, no spins, nothing like that. It looks like it's an Aston Martin, Leclerc, Perez, George Russell, the winner of this race. I'm not sure who that is in P2. That could be Alonso or Lance Stroll, who knows. And as we come across the line, George Russell P1 and ourselves in P5.
Oh man, that's it! It's all over and you are the world champion! What a drive, what a season! Well done!
And with that, another year of Formula One draws to a close and a new World Drivers' Champion is declared. Another entry added to that prestigious list of the sport's most incredible drivers. Victory today then, but bittersweet emotions, I'm sure, as the championship slips through their fingers. Even so, what a fantastic final race of the season this was. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them is losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
While Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend, it's great to see them up on that podium once again. So let's review the drivers' standings. We also crown a champion today, as their lead at the top is now an insurmountable one. What a great year it's been for Formula One. Well, after an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
There's a few contenders, but George Russell definitely stood out, I think. A really solid drive from him today, and one I'm sure the fans enjoyed.
It's another clear win for Mercedes as they managed to secure the Constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
And just like that, it is all over. I forgot to replay. It is all over for the championship, and the game crashed. Brilliant. So just like that, it's the end of the season. No cutscene for winning the championship, which is... I don't even know what to say about that, to be honest. A bit anticlimactic, really.
You're not currently an arrival. Sooner or later, you'll probably be asked by the media who you consider to be your rival. Think carefully who you select.
But yeah, we managed to win the championship. Imagine you don't even want the F1 World Champion. Brilliant. Well, there we go. Well, I must say I'm actually quite disappointed, to be honest. With the way that ended. Thank you for joining. That's the end of that episode.